Hello, 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 and welcome to the show with Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you the latest exclusive breaking news, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday, and interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I am, of course, your host, that guy, James Shane. Alongside the leader of Squash Squad, Kaliko Yachts, who is not here, but who is here, the American Scooter Dust.
Where does the king keep his armies? In his sleeveys.
Wow, that was a bad one.
That's the point. They're supposed to get worse. They're like cancer.
And it was a great day for wrestling for us, as all this week we had incredible watch-alongs with Clay Wilson, Joel Bateman, and the Runway. And of course, a fantastic interview with Billy Starks as well. You are still reigning, defending, conquering trivia champion, and
Perfectly balanced as all things should be. This is the way.
it did seem like it was going to be touch and go there for a minute, but here we are. But we will get you next time. And of course, next week on the show we have Logan Black when things go to get to normal for us. And another incredible interview with somebody from your neck of the woods, or at least used to be your neck of the woods. Did I go out? Or did you go out? You went out.
It was a very, very interesting interview.
Alright. It was, now that we're done putting ourselves over, um, it was not a great day for wrestling, as more releases came out this week. John Morrison hit Rowe, Drake Maverick, Jason Jason Ranko, Tegan Knox, Shane Dorn, and just before Thanksgiving. What the hell is WWE doing?
Yeah, this is absolute. Uh, it's absolute insanity, and all of these names. We were wondering why they weren't on the first list to begin with, and this this just screams that there's something much bigger going on.
Well, I mean, John Morrison, okay, well, he wasn't going anywhere. He was basically the Mrs. Lackey for the better part of the 2, 3 years that he was actually there.
I mean, this is a guy who returned during the pandemic, basically to the same exact role he had when he left the company, and and didn't do anything else.
Right. But I mean, it seems like WWE had it out for Hit Row before they even started. I mean, um, Sonya Deville didn't even pronounce their names right when they got drafted to SmackDown. I could just uh put that as negligence, or now I'm kind of feeling like it was premeditated. But okay, I get beef up. She looked like Bianca. Don't need her. Whatever. Um, Top Dollar maybe had attitude issues. Maybe not very liked behind the scenes. Whatever. Swerve Scott was is one of the best. Is an incredible wrestler. Why wouldn't you just want him? Why wouldn't you want him on your show? It kind of seems like everybody in Hit Row was just um guilty by association, so they just let them all go.
Yeah, that's almost exactly, I think, what happened here. I mean, Swerve Scott uh, is, for all intents and purposes, a former world champion. I mean, when he was in MLW competing under Shane Strickland, the fans couldn't get enough of him. The wrestling world couldn't get enough of him. Maybe he could finally, go back to. And I hate to say this, but sticking. Me and I hate this because I'm the last person who really wants to be PC about anything, but sticking for African American superstars and building a state, making essentially making them a stable based around hip hop music. Uh, I mean, that's pretty right.
I get that, but it seems like they were going places in NXT, but now they're on the independents. And what about
Uh,
Tegan Knox? It seems
oh,
like
oh,
she never got.
James,
Huh?
James, did you get anything of what I said
Yeah,
about Hidro essentially being racist?
yes.
Okay,
Let's
because
get to Tegan Knox.
wait, you mean Knox?
Knox,
Just Knox.
Knox, yes. Um, Seems like she was always coming out of the starting gate, getting injured, and going back. Um, didn't really get a. I think she maybe had two matches on SmackDown. Why? I mean, I think we know why she didn't work out, right, Scooter?
Yeah, well, she didn't want to shine anyone else's wizard, and we know one wizard that won't be the shiniest tonight.
Very true. So another list of releases. Do you think we're going to get any more releases between by the end of the year?
Let's see. Since he's not really doing anything, I see Roman Reigns being released. Uh, uh, they may dig up the skeleton of the junkyard dog just to hire him and fire him again. Um, uh,
That seems very personal, honestly.
Also, maybe they could invent a time machine, go back in time, and hire Hitler, because that's what. Good God. Uh, yeah, let's see. I see Kofi being released, Xavier, Big E, Drew, Sheamus, Cesaro, Ricochet. The only two people that will be left are Angel
Garza?
and Austin. He doesn't have a last name anymore. Remember that. Uh, and Austin Theory. That the entire WWE roster will consist of two people.
And don't forget Goldberg. Because they would never get rid of Goldberg.
So that's why that that new that's where that new WWE Goldberg shirt came from. Goldberg, and on the back it says the herpes of WWE.
I thought it said, who's next? Nobody. There's nobody here anymore. Now,
No, the answer to that is Alzheimer's.
we'll talk about this match a little later, but Kenny Omega is dealing with a multitude of injuries. It's kind of reported that he might be back in February, but I don't know. It might seem a little longer. What are your thoughts
Mhm.
on Kenny Omega being pretty banged up at this point?
I mean, there's a difference between being dedicated and just being plain stupid.
Right.
Yes, Kenny Omega has some. You know, you know what? I take that back. Kenny Omega doesn't have anything to prove. If anything, he's proved it in spite of everything. So honestly, he really only has himself to blame because he pushed himself way too hard, and combine that with the power given to him, and you it's gonna make him want to work even harder to maintain that power. And for all we know, Omega may have shortened his career by at least a few years.
It's a good possibility, but do you think that when he does come back, that we'll get maybe a new version of Kenny Omega?
Are we thinking the cleaner 2.0?
A cleaner 2.0, maybe a new gimmick, a new look, something that isn't what he is right now. Because it seems like on his promo on Dynamite, not just the physical injuries that are plaguing him right now.
So you think you think Kenny Omega is going to delve into a split personality and take on a Sting-esque 1997 character?
I wouldn't go that far, but now that you bring it up, that would be interesting.
I mean, in terms of changing his look drastically.
I mean, would that be a bad thing if he completely changed it up? Do something new?
I mean, just as long as he doesn't come out with a platinum blonde buzz cut.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't rename himself to Braun Breaker, I think we're good.
Breaker 19.
Um, somebody that isn't injured but maybe should be, Ric Flair said that he feels good enough to do one more match.
You know, I feel good enough to nail Kim Kardashian, but that ain't gonna happen.
Well, oh, come on, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Who can Ric Flair wrestle in 2021? Well, 2022 now. But,
And again, this is the second time we're using this as an answer to a question. Alzheimer's.
so he's wrestling Goldberg. Did he wrestle Goldberg in WCW?
Yes, he did. On the episode of Nitro.
Well, maybe it's a rematch.
Uh,
Um,
it's Ric Flair versus the royalties for Car Shield.
he could win it. He's won worse battles. Does Ric Flair put people over now? Did he ever put people over? These are the questions we want to know.
I mean, the question is, can Ric Flair even get out of bed in the morning without like?
And NXT hit record lows in the ratings. I know ratings aren't everything nowadays, but it's definitely a sign that what they're doing isn't working. It also was reported that they might be going PG-14 as well. Does anything help NXT at this point?
Well, I guess the answer is boobies.
I think does it at this point?
It's boobies and thongs. I mean, nothing equals ratings like boobies and thongs.
So that's gonna,
Brightly colored.
huh?
Brightly colored.
And that's going to get NXT new viewers or bring back old viewers.
Or bring back old new viewers or new old viewers. Either way, they're about to make some people feel really uncomfortable.
I feel like they've already done that. It just seems like NXT was maybe one of the better products out there. Now it's just what it is now.
Now it's just a home for guys with large eyebrow ridges.
Oh my god, yeah. If there was ever a time to do a Frankenstein-esque character, now would be the time.
Well, you know what Von Wagner's nickname is?
No,
The Caucasian Collie.
God, really? Yeah, that's that's happening. Um,
Um, but speaking of Von Wagner, the rumor is he's gonna be the fifth man on Team SmackDown.
oh my god,
Oh god.
yeah. And where can people listen to that, Scooter?
Oh, you can probably hear it better at the bottom of a bottle of Jack. Quite honestly, because that's what people will need to put up with this. But if you really, really have to hear it, Jason and I, of course, on the remix, coming to you tomorrow, and we will go through it so you don't have to.
And you're probably asking yourself, where the hell was Triple H? Triple H, new video of Triple H just surfaced on the internet.
Yes, locked in Vince's basement.
Pretty much. I mean, he was one of the people inspecting the new WWE headquarters. He was in a hard hat. It was a short video, and I mean, you didn't get a good look at him, but he looked okay. It did. What I'm thinking is, was Triple H secretly fired from NXT?
I don't know.
Because as far as I know, he was never, since he had the heart attack. He hasn't been at NXT. He's not in control. It's been primarily Shawn Michaels, Bruce Pritchard, Johnny Johnny Ace.
Johnny Unitas, what?
Yeah, John Laurinaitis. So did it? The question is Triple H AEW bound?
Mm, who knows?
Now it's now that we covered the news, it's time to conclude the news. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
Hey guys, this is Brutal Bob Evans from Hangs with Bob Seminars and TheWrestleLife.com, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.